Welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly excited you're here today because we're about to embark on a truly mind-bending journey. We are going to connect the absolute largest, most unimaginable scales of the universe directly to your everyday life. And to do that, we're using a very special Trojan horse for today's cosmic journey, a simple, delicious scoop of strawberry ice cream. You might think it's just a sweet treat, but hidden right inside that single scoop is the entire universe of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the whole STEM shebang. Okay, let's dive into this. It's a highly relatable question, right? You look at that perfect pink scoop, you take a bite, and it's just pure magic. But why does that strawberry ice cream taste so incredibly good? Why does it look so mouthwatering before it even hits your mouth? The answer isn't just because it's dessert. The real answer is that STEM holds the actual blueprints to this everyday miracle, and the entire process actually kicks off right there on your tongue. Section 1. The biological sensor. To really get what's happening here, we need to explore exactly how our bodies first interact with food. Think about what happens the split second that ice cream hits your tongue. Your tongue isn't just a piece of muscle. It's an incredibly complex, highly advanced piece of biological machinery. It contains millions of sensory cells, literally millions. And these cells have one job: to capture and send taste information directly to your brain. They act as these incredibly fine-tuned biological sensors working in real time to instantly translate the physical ice cream into a signal you can actually experience. And this brilliantly illustrates a pretty profound connection. On one hand, you have your biological sensors, those millions of cells on your tongue. But on the other hand, you have technical sensors, like the ones packed into the smartphone in your pocket right now. STEM isn't just about natural biology. It's about how we've engineered technology to perfectly mimic those exact same sensory processes.
Let's break down the specific technical sensors in your phone. Just like your tongue senses the ice cream, your phone's touchscreen is a sensor that recognizes the unique physical input of your fingers. The camera? That's a sensor designed specifically to recognize colors. But the absolute coolest one has to be the antenna. Your phone's antenna is a sensor that receives GPS data. And where does that data come from? It comes from satellites floating way up above us, sending signals all the way down to pinpoint your exact location on Earth.
Section 2. Zooming out into space. So let's use that invisible GPS satellite tether to just yank ourselves right out of our everyday environment. From way up there with those satellites, you look down and realize something pretty humbling. The Earth is actually a tiny planet. To put that into perspective, the radius of our entire world is only 6,370 kilometers. That's it. I mean, it feels massive when we're walking around on it, but on a cosmic scale, it's really just a tiny blue marble floating in the dark. Now, here is where it gets truly wild. You might think you're just sitting there peacefully on a park bench, enjoying your strawberry ice cream on a quiet afternoon, but that is completely an illusion. In reality, you, the bench, the ice cream, and this entire tiny planet are actively racing around the sun at a staggering 30 kilometers per second. 30 kilometers every single second. You are currently hurtling through space on a giant spaceship. But honestly, that 30 kilometers a second, that's just the beginning of this scale. The sun we're orbiting is just the center of our local solar system. But our solar system is just one tiny speck within the Milky Way. And the Milky Way is a galaxy containing a mind-numbing 300 billion suns. 300 billion. It is almost impossible for the human brain to truly comprehend a number that massive. Because there are 300 billion suns out there, the distances between them are so unimaginably huge that we can't even use kilometers or miles anymore. They'd be totally useless. Instead, the distances out there have to be measured in light years. This measurement is based on light waves, which just so happen to be the ultimate speed limit of our reality. Light is absolutely the fastest thing there is in the entire universe. Section 3. The power of light. Let's move on and see how this all builds, because this isn't just cool trivia about deep space. Light waves connect the massive scale of space directly back to our biology, right down to our bowl of ice cream. Step 1. Plants right here on Earth use those exact same light waves beaming down from our sun to absorb CO2. Step 2. Through that process, they produce energy and oxygen. And step 3, in doing so, they literally create the fundamental basis for all life on Earth. That includes the plants that feed the cows, the sugarcane that grows in the fields, and the strawberries that grow on the vine. The power of light literally creates the ingredients for your ice cream. But light does even more than just grow the ingredients. It completely dictates how you experience them. Remember we asked why the ice cream looks so delicious? Well, colors are just light waves with specific wavelengths. That beautiful, appetizing strawberry pink isn't actually inherent to the ice cream itself. It's exactly how our human perception interprets a very specific wavelength of light. Let's trace that rapid visual journey real quick. First, those specific light waves travel all the way from the sun, hit the surface of your strawberry ice cream, and are reflected off of it. Next, those reflected waves are taken in by your eyes, which are just another set of incredibly advanced biological sensors. Finally, that data is sent at lightning speed directly to your brain, telling you, hey, look at that red delicious thing right in front of us. Section 4. The chemistry of happiness. So your eyes have fired off the visual data, and your tongue has sent the taste information. When your brain simultaneously receives that perfectly matched data, a chemical reaction happens. Happiness hormones are instantly released into your system. Your brain processes the light waves, the biological sensors, the ingredients created by the sun, and the ultimate payoff is this exact involuntary reaction. Yum, strawberry. Section 5. Solids, liquids, and STEM. Actually, scratch that. Hit the brakes for a second. Because while we were busy talking about light years and chemistry, something just happened right in front of us. On one hand, we had a perfect solid-state ice cream cone, but on the other, because we took a little too long explaining the universe, we now have a melted liquid mess. But here's the absolute beauty of it. STEM explains this too. It explains absolutely everything. It explains why the exact same ingredients, the exact same matter, is sometimes perfectly solid, and sometimes, when it absorbs a little too much heat energy from our environment, it turns into a liquid puddle. And that brings us to the end of our explainer today. As you can see, STEM isn't just some boring concept found in a textbook or locked away in a laboratory. It is the invisible thread that connects literally everything. From racing around a star at 30 kilometers per second to billions of distant suns, down to the light waves bouncing off your dessert, the biological sensors on your tongue, and even the thermodynamics of a melted liquid mess on your hand. It is all deeply, beautifully interconnected. So I'll leave you with this. Knowing what you know now, where will you spot the hidden STEM blueprints in your everyday life today? Keep your eyes open and stay curious. See you next time.